My name is Sharon Yoon. I created an app called HappyShare. The purpose of this app is to share basically like a Spotify stories with your friends and whoever you're following. I really like that Spotify has this integration with Instagram, but I don't like that I could be listening to someone's like loud partying and then it's music and then it's loud partying again. I just want an app where I can just listen to the music. And I thought it's an easier way to share this than creating whole playlists that are long, and it's just for the purpose of sharing like your current favorite songs. So the tech stack that I used was I used React Native. I also tried my best to integrate my app with the Spotify iOS SDK, as well as accessing Spotify's API web endpoints. And I also used a React Native Spotify native module that I found installed through NPM. And for my backend, I have Express SQLized Postgres, and it's been deployed to Heroku. My biggest current blocker is kind of the reason why you see 2 logins right now. So if I wanted to log in with Spotify, it actually goes to the request to log in. So I can log in with an account, or I can log in with my Facebook. And this is actually my current Spotify icon. But if I press OK, right now my backend doesn't have like a front-end URI to access my app. I don't have a bundle ID, which is what the Spotify documentation requires. Oh, I don't have it up, sorry. So I don't have access to it, but I did want to kind of show you guys the rest of my functionality that I built out. So this is kind of assuming that we've logged into Spotify. Right now you have a list of all your friends and their playlists, and once you click that, I'm going to go to Friends 7, and you click that, it's going to show the song by artist, and you can play and pause and toggle that way. You can also swipe just like you can in Facebook and Instagram, and it'll loop through all of the stories. Whoops, sorry. Until you reach the point that you already listened to, then it won't swipe any longer. So again, my biggest technical blocker at the moment is that I'm unable to deeply link my Spotify native app to my backend, so my backend doesn't really have anywhere to redirect to. One thing that I really ran into a problem with, and was a really huge learning moment and was really fun yet frustrating at times, was I started my app with Create React Native, and with Create React Native you can't really use native modules. So I had to eject my Create React Native app, and so now it's only purely functional as an iOS app, no longer both iOS and Android. And another thing that I struggled with was I did use this library, the React Native Spotify library, which gives you access to a bunch of different, I guess, built-in methods. But you also had to configure this in Xcode and do a little bit of playing with Objective-C, so that was also a really big learning moment for me. And so I struggled with integrating this native module to my app, but now that it's integrated, you can see I console log the native modules. You see the Spotify module as well as all of their all of the functionality that I have access to. Some things that I'd like to build out on my app more is I'd like a player to show what's playing and kind of like limit sections of the song. And I'd also like the functionality of adding a playlist, editing my playlist, which I will have access to once I can authenticate my user. My backend is all set up that I am getting an access token, as you can see here. I just don't have the proper front-end URI. So that's my app.